Hey everybody, thanks for watching and welcome to Poe Outdoors. I had the opportunity recently to go to the range with a real icon, a legend in the firearms industry. And no, it wasn't any certain shooter or celebrity. It was the HK USP, this one chambered in 45 ACP. Before we get into the details and what makes this gun legendary, let's go ahead and do a safety check for all of you out there who are concerned, all right? Empty chamber, empty magazine well. I've got 3 empty mags here for show and tell, but there is no ammunition anywhere in this part of this building whatsoever. And I am pointed in a safe direction, okay? Want to make sure we get that out of the way. I'm going to go ahead, drop the slide, and I'm going to decock the pistol so we can talk about it. Beyond the movies and the video games that the HK USB has been in, how it came about, its foundations to me is what really makes it legendary. Although, yo homies, out my briefcase before dusting 2 thugs, that's pretty legendary right there too. If you're familiar with the line from Collateral that Tom Cruise spoke there, awesome. Check that movie out if you haven't seen it. I think that's one of the best gunplay scenes in the history of brief but gunfights. It was awesome. Check it out, Collateral. So beyond the movies, the video games, everything else, how this gun came about. Special Operations Command needed an offensive handgun. So HK went to work, and as they were developing the Mark 23, and by the way, if you think the USP is a big gun, put a Mark 23 in your hand, and you'll think this feels like a compact. That Mark 23 is a ginormous gun, very cool, but it's huge. So they developed the USP along with it. They tested it along the way as well. That testing included high heat and then firing rounds, freezing it, firing rounds, a squib load in the barrel, firing a round behind it, which cleared both rounds, slight bulge the barrel, but still managed to hold 4-inch groups at 25 meters. I don't know a gun, a pistol, past, present, or future, that could withstand that and pull that off. I don't know of one. This gun is so good, in fact, some of you people hate it. You say it's a brick, it's big, it's gaudy, it's ugly, but it's so good, guys, that basically the HK 45 and 45C pretty much shares the internals. All they did was modernize the grip and the look. Looks more like the P30 and the VP9. But from what I understand, the insides are pretty much this gun right here. And why not? With enduring the testing that it has from the military, as well as torture tests with sand, dirt, mud, water, being run over and thrown and dropped out of helicopters. These things are absolutely awesome. Federal Ammunition had one of these they used for testing. 297,000 rounds through it. They sent it to HK to fix what needed to be fixed, if anything, to test it, check it out. Nothing was broken. Barrel was still intact. Everything was fine. From my understanding, they went ahead and changed all the springs out, did what they needed to do, but the gun still functioned almost 300,000 rounds later. That, to me, is legendary. Initially, when this gun was released in 1993, it was a 40 Smith & Wesson, followed by 9 and then 45. This one being 45, and you can see by the range footage throughout this video, this big gun handles that 45, that 230 grains really, really nicely. Partially due to, I think the ergonomics are good. I don't care about the high bore axis. I think that's offset by the weight of the gun and the slide itself, as well as the internal buffer system. So what that does is not only helps tame recoil, but it also helps keep the gun from beating itself up round after round. We talked earlier about the Federal Ammunition Company with almost 300,000 rounds through a gun, and it hadn't failed. I'd say that that buffer system probably works pretty well. One thing you won't find a lot of are problems with the USPs as far as functionality with that system, a recoil guide rod as well as the barrel. They're just almost indestructible. We talked earlier about the squib load. It does have polygonal rifling inside of the barrel, and that helps dispel gases in such a way that it maintains accuracy better. I'll put information down below with that and the specs as well as the foundations of the USP, so feel free to check that out. Next, I want to talk about how I have it set up, but let's go back to the range, fire a couple shots first. Every first shot will be double action, and then the second and subsequent shots will be single. So
See how it goes.
So HK hammer fired guns come in a lot of different configurations when it comes to action. This one happens to be a variant 1. There are a ton of variants. You'll have to do your own research on there to figure out what they are. They have decockers in different spots and a lot of different configurations. My decocker and safety is right here at my thumb. And I'm going to show you why I like to shoot this gun as a double single, okay? I can carry it cocked and locked. So if we put the safety on, it's just like a 1911, okay? The difference is, since this is also a double action gun, if under stress I were to take this safety off and go down too far, it's a double action gun anyway, even though I was expecting a single action. So I can get on the range all I want, knock the safety off, and have a nice single action trigger. Under stress, if I knock it off and I've got a double action pull, I could have a problem potentially throwing shots. And we never, ever want that in a self-defense situation. So I just like the double action trigger as a first pull. It keeps you honest. You got to press it straight back, keep those sights on target, and slow down, and then let the speed come as you get better. All right, so let's talk trigger. People hate the double action trigger on an HK. They say they're heavy and they're long. Yeah, they're heavier and longer. They're double action triggers. But the one thing that nobody can dispute, as far as I'm concerned, is they're smooth. Okay, so I'm going to shut up and press it to the rear. Smooth, guys. There's no grit. There's no garbage. Very nice, okay? Now we'd be in single action. There's reset. And in a nice, easy single action trigger press. So yeah, the trigger to me, no problem whatsoever. It's all about training and practice. Magazine capacity, 12 round mags. So you top it off, you've got 13 rounds. Let's say you have one in the gun and you carry one. You got 25 rounds, a 230 grain, or whatever you want to use as far as weight goes. 45 ACP, more than capable in a fighting situation. Very, very well made mags. Yes, they are expensive, but they're so reliable, they're consistent. And out of these paddle mag releases, which I personally think every gun on the planet needs a paddle mag release. Call me crazy, but I love them. They just shoot out so nice. Whether they're old, they're new, it doesn't matter. So the mags are really, really well made on these HK pistols as well. I don't think I forgot anything, guys. I'm going to finish up with some range footage. We talked about all the features, the history of the gun, why I like the 45. I will say this, I do have some new sights coming, some Trijicon HDs. These are some old Mepper lights that have definitely seen their better days. They're pretty worn, they're a little bit dim. So I went ahead and put some Trijicon HDs with the yellow front is what I ordered. So they'll be here this week, and I'll throw them on the USP. Guys, it's definitely a legendary gun. It's iconic. I thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know down below what you guys think. Do you own HKs? Do you own USPs? Is it the BP9, P30? What is your favorite? Comment down below. Like and subscribe, please. And click that notification bell. It'll let you know when I upload new content. We'll finish with some rain footage. Thanks for watching, everybody.